Hey guys, Mr. Corbett here with Miss Lanigan again, and we are on our adventure, and we are on some mountain road somewhere deep in the forest.
We have been driving for hours. We have no idea where we are.
And we have come across this awesome rock face, and if you guys take a look at here, you're going to see all of these cracks and these broken rocks down here. Now what happens is when it rains in the wintertime, the water seeps into those cracks, and when it freezes, water expands. And so if water goes into the crack, it expands, and then that is the weathering of these rocks. And then gravity, when it breaks off, pulls it down. That's the erosion of the rock. And as these break down over time, you guys can see that the roots are now growing into these cracks as well. They're also breaking the plant down. That's a form of plant weathering, and then those are coming down. And eventually these rocks are going to break apart into small pieces, mix with the dead plants, and create a brand new soil. And when we think about soil, in our world, soil, they say, is one of the most valuable resources because it takes thousands of years to form great soil. And so if we think about going from here to soil, it's going to take thousands of years to be able to create a nice soil that can support a lot of life. So we really got to take care of our environment and really take care of it. Bam! Now, we were hoping it was going to be laser tag when we got here. That's what Miss Lanigan's theory. And I was really hoping, but we don't have laser tag. We did kind of find a couple wild animals over here, but no laser tag. Now, we're standing in the cave, and we're not sure on how it formed, but our best guess is that at some point when these mountain ranges were being formed, that this cave was probably a pocket that happened in some kind of lava action happening a long time ago, and as the mountain rose, then this cave was exposed. Because we're not in or another theory could also be that at some point that this mountain was in a different area, that maybe there could have even been maybe water that carved this out when the mountain was being formed. There could have been lots of different things that formed it. So the cool thing about this is that science is about asking questions and trying to figure things out. And so as we're exploring, we're finding things that we don't know about, but we're using our science, knowledge of science and questioning to be able to figure out and make inferences about the natural world around us. So when you're out in nature, I challenge you guys to look at the things and try to figure out, how did that get there? How did that form? Because science really is about asking questions and having that wonder of the natural world. So hopefully we make it back out of the laser cave. If not, send help! Woo! Day 3 of our adventure of making this unit for you guys the best we possibly can. And we came across a pebble that I threw from the top of the mountain, which is right here.
Yeah, we were right up there, and then he threw it down.
Right there, no problem. And if you guys look up there, at some point, this rock broke off from the top of this mountain, and when it came tumbling down, finally landed here, it probably was taking trees down along the way. Now, this is just another example of erosion. Probably broke off from mechanical weathering, from freeze thaw, of water getting in there, expanding, and finally breaking this big chunk off of gravity, pulling it down near to the base. This thing's a giant.
Mr. Corbett?
We have made it to Silver Falls at the base of Mount Rainier. It has been an epic journey. There was times where I didn't think we were going to make it. We had to fight boulders. We had to struggle through kids doing tough times. It was a journey, guys, but we made it.
Here we are. Waterfall. This is, where are we?
Silver Falls.
Silver Falls at the base of Mount Rainier. And I don't know if you can see, but the water down this way, we'll come around and get another view of it, is like this weird milky blue, like, I don't know, what's the, is it a sapphire? No, sapphire.
Like a teal.
Teal, yeah. So it's really a really cool color blue. And that is because at the top, where the snow first starts to melt, there's these little fairies, and they fly around, and when they smack into each other, they bleed blue. Their blood is blue, and it comes out of their noses in little drops of this weird blue color, just wash into the water. And that's what makes it that crazy blue color. It's fairy snot and blood mixed together.
Wow, yeah. That's amazing. All right, Hawks, we are now on a bridge crossing over the river of Silver Falls. That is great. Now, there's another reason, too, why the water is blue. It's not only the fairies, although that's the main part. Now, glacier water is pure water, so there's not a lot of minerals that get trapped as ice forms in there. So when it is melting, the runoff come out. This color that we see is because the light's refracting in there. And when you see different colors in waters, a lot of times it has to do with depth, but it has to do with what is in the water. Kind of like the night sky when you see a sunset coming down. If it's smoky outside, you're going to see these really orange, beautiful sunsets, and that's because the light's being refracted in there by the smoke. And the water has similar properties as well.
So, Mr. Corbett, you were supposed to make up a story too. You're making me look like I don't know what I'm talking about. You were supposed to say something silly.
I'm so tired.
You went and told them the truth. Jeez.
I'm so tired. My creativity right
Some
now
friend
is
you
down.
are.
All right, Hawks. Now, I know Miss Lanigan told you about the fairy blood. I actually happen to have a different theory on this. Now, this water coming down is coming up from a glacier up above Mount Rainier. And if you know anything about glacier water, is that it holds power inside. And as it melts, the power is unleashed to have this beautiful blue teal water that you see there. Now, they say if you take a sip of this, that you can run faster than a cheetah. You can jump higher than a kangaroo, and you could become superhuman with glacier water. Yeah.
Oh, that feels good.
Is it hot?
Yeah, it's hot, but it's like, it feels like my bath.
Yeah, it's like bath water. Greetings, Hawks. We are now, I don't know, a little bit closer to the peak of Mount Rainier. You can see all the glaciers up there that are, as they recede, they kind of scratch landscape the side of the mountain and create crevices, and then you get rivers. Like, you can't see this one, but I can hear it down here. And this is just amazing. You need to come here. Tell your parents, tell your friends, tell your family. Yeah, and unbelievable how big it is. I feel very small.
Hello, Hawks. We've made it. We are here. That guy is there. But we are at the base of Mount Rainier. And like Miss Ann was saying, these glaciers are amazing. Now, these glaciers form over thousands of years of snowpack and ice. And the gravity actually pulls these glaciers down. The mountains, they pull them down. Now, when they recede, they'll leave a lot of deposits. But as glaciers glow and they grow and they move, they'll actually carve out entire canyons. And a really interesting fact about the difference to tell if it was a glacier-formed valley versus a river-formed valley is glacier-formed valleys end up having a U shape, where river-formed valleys have more of a V shape. And that has to do with the ice moving in with these giant forces. Pretty amazing. And they can move boulders as big as a school across the thing. So glaciers are extremely powerful forces that absolutely shape the features that we see here today.
All right, Hawks, I think this is probably our last stop on our little tour of the volcanoes. We are at the base of Mount Rainier. The last time it erupted was 1894. And what else? Anything else? That's all for now. And we're tired. We're very tired. So we will catch you next time on Mr. Corbett and Miss Lanigan's mystery tour of volcanoes It was like pulling a tooth out. That was really cool.
It's a dino tooth.
Yes, boys and girls.